Common excuses addicts use to hide and protect their addiction and to get high too. Because let's face it, we as addicts always had like go-to lies that we would do to protect our addiction. Because let's face it, as an addict, you're not just using it at certain periods in time. And a lot of times as an addict, we are using continually, but you got to lie to protect this to be able to use during the daytime. And these were some of the common excuses that I used. If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. What's up, guys? My name is Eric and I'm a recovering cocaine and alcoholic addict. And these are some of the common excuses that I use to get high, to drink. And any excuse that I ever used was always a lot of times enabling excuses. If I was ever busted, caught during the day drinking, even sometimes at work, I would just let people know, like, dude, like, I'm just having a really tough time right now. I got always around family struggles. The one thing that I've learned myself and all the other addicts out there that I've ever ran across, we always use these like catastrophic events to try and justify our addiction that were complete made up lies. You'd be surprised how many aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents all come down with cancer, but then all of a sudden magically get healed. That is always a big reason. Oh man, I just found out that my aunt has cancer and I'm losing it right now. I have to cope with this. I was really close to her. Probably doesn't even really know their aunt, but they're using it as an excuse. And I mean, family was one of those biggest excuses in cancer that enabled, to justify like why you just caught me drinking or why I'm drunk right now at this time or why I'm using at this time, because I'm just trying to numb the pain of a made up scenario in my head. When in reality, we as an addict never had the balls to look at somebody and just be like, because I wanted to, this is my drug of choice and I want to get high right now because it makes me feel good. Nobody ever says that. When it comes to coke, I mean, one of the big excuses is IBS. You'd have no idea how many cocaine addicts have irritable bowel syndrome, man, or they just got the runs, or they ate something bad. And that's why they're constantly going to the bathroom. I mean, you're going to the bathroom every 15, 20 minutes, bump after bump after bump, trying to maintain and keep that high. Because if you start to come down from coke, you start to get a little depressed, you start to get a little anxious, a little fidgety, a little twitchy. So you have to come up with these excuses to continually do it. These are just different lies that we would tell ourselves or put ourselves in that kind of like would justify or allow us to manipulate situations to go get high. One of the other big ones even too during lunch is like, hey, a lot of times like with my job, I would go to a nice restaurant and I would have a couple beers there, even though I'm doing shots. And just tell people, oh yeah, we went and had lunch here. They have great beers on tap. I couldn't help but have a drink. Even though beer and vodka typically smell a little bit differently, reek a little differently off your body. But again, these were excuses and stuff that you constantly are telling yourself and you're telling other people. And as an addict, we have to have excuses that we literally like buy into. That are like to us at least believable, that people won't question. Like nobody wants to question you when you have IBS of like, well, don't flush the toilet next time and let me look in there before you flush it. Or, well, what's your aunt's number? Let me call your aunt right now and wish her, to get better. Nobody puts anybody in their place really when it comes to that. And that's almost a form, I would say, of enabling. Because if you don't trust an addict and you think that they're lying to you, they probably are. But you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I think it's really dangerous when you give addicts the benefit of the doubt, because we do come up with some of these wild excuses. And let alone that something bad actually does happen. It can escalate, our drinking or using even higher, such as when I lost my job from drinking and all the other shit I was doing. Now I'm drinking even heavier because I lost my job and now I am depressed and now I am self-medicating instead of just getting high and just using. Again, these were just different excuses that you throw out there. Constantly going to your car because you forgot something in your car. And again, addicts, a lot of times when we come up with excuses, especially get high during the daytime, we have to isolate ourselves and be away from others. We're not going to use in front of others during the daytime. So we're going to get into our car. You're getting into, back into the bathroom. You always forget something in your car. It's easy to go back to your car. You're in a parking garage, wherever. You kind of look around, no one's around. A couple different bumps. Okay, now I'm good to go. And now you're going back in and going back at it. But again, these excuses that you use is whatever you can do to break away from others, that nobody follows you, that nobody questions you, and that you can get high. And if you ever are wondering if people are lying to you or if they're making excuses to get high, call them out on it. Trust your gut feeling. Go, man, this person's had like 5 aunts already that have had like cancer. Let me call them on this. And believe me, it would actually do probably a lot more to help the addict hit rock bottom a lot quicker than just enabling them for it. So, I mean, for the ones out there struggling, hit the like and subscribe button. Comment down below. Let me know what some of your excuses are that you use, because we all had like go-to excuses, like 2 or 3 go-to excuses that helped us maintain our high. Let us get high throughout the day where nobody kind of knew we were getting high. So comment theirs below, because it's one of those things that we look back at and we laugh at and we relate to and we go, dude, I remember that. And it's almost like those reminders of like, this is why I don't do it anymore. This is why I like being sober more than anything else, because I have a life that I can be honest about. I have a life that I can live to the fullest and not have to lie and protect these addictions. So comment below, hit the like and follow button. For the one going through it, you got this.